911. Beep.
Alright, we're good.
Cool, awesome. Yep, the screen's good. Ah, screen's there. Hey everyone, it's episode 48 of season 5 of Talking Time with Caffeine, the only podcast where we drink caffeine and talk about the issues.
I would have caffeine, but I drank 1, 2, 3 cans
What the hell?
already.
Where's the fucking thing?
So, yeah, I'm not drinking no more sodas.
I'm not drinking caffeine because I gave myself a freaking headache from Cartoon Network DS.
Caffeine wakes your brain up, Schnook.
I just woke up, so I need some caffeine.
Oh, fuck this.
You can't.
But,
sorry, I'm just playing
quit the
Cars in
podcast.
360.
anyways, we're talking to talk about today. First of all, I want to talk about a subject that I hate more than MarioTube hates Black Ops 3, and more than Snick hates Shrek on Xbox.
Oh, wow. And what would that be?
Fucking bullies.
Oh, yeah. Those fuckers.
You thought we were done with it. You thought it was over with. But you were fucking wrong.
Bowling never ends.
Nope.
This week, I ran into I found out about 2 incidents of bullying. One on the internet, of course, this happens on the internet, obviously, and one in real life. Alright, talking about the internet one first. It's this girl I watched called Trade Chat. Last week I talked about how Blizzard announced the WoW Classic servers. Well, apparently they have a lot of fanboys.
Oh, no.
So, last year when Blizzard shut down the private server, I mentioned this on one of. I mentioned this. I ran about this on one of the KH2 episodes that they recorded. It'll be a while before you see it. It was back in June or July recorded, so it'll be a while for that's aired on Dick's channel. But how Blizzard should create their own. Since there's a big, I talked about how there's a big demand for them. Blizzard should, make a servers of classic servers for old school games. And apparently, last week they did. They finally did that. A year ago, this girl tried to make a video, a neutral video about how the pros and cons about how, if Blizzard should do this or not. And of course, apparently she made 2 videos. The first one was less biased. It was definitely pro classic servers because she wanted them badly, but she wanted like biased or whatever, not unbiased, kind of a balanced thing. So she made another video, and then apparently it was so, the video itself was so the other way what she really felt, the video apparently everyone thought she seemed like anti-classic servers. That apparently was one guy apparently made her said this is the face of the enemy. So apparently she got death and rape threats in her comment sections.
Wow.
Of the people that were pro classic servers.
Okay, then.
It's like. So
see, that's real frickin' sexual harassment, not flirting or saying hi.
And then, so apparently, she made a follow-up video earlier this week. It said that was the only video she ever had to disable comments on.
Jeez.
Because of that, and she made a follow-up video. She says she's definitely still wants to play on classic servers, but screw all of you guys for doing that. So yeah, So apparently, disagreeing with somebody on the internet means you can threaten to rape them now or something.
And yet, if you flirt with someone or simply say hi to them, that's considered sexual harassment. You're going to prison.
See, exactly. These are the real people, you know.
Yeah, those are the real people that get actual harassment claims. It's those special snowflakes that try to report people just for doing simply talking to them.
Yeah. It's those people, you know, that make people like this, you know, not able to do things. Oh, she's just saying this, you know. But no, some people still do actually get harassed and insulted. But, you know,
and that's the unfortunate. That's why freaking SJWs are making things worse, because they keep being special snowflakes trying to claim everything that they don't agree with is sexual harassment. And the thing is, they also downplay how men can be sexually harassed too, and eventually it's all going to come to a head where people don't take the term sexual harassment seriously anymore. So when someone actually does get serious sexual harassment against them, no one's going to believe them when they try to come forward. All because the special snowflakes try to have it their way.
Yeah.
It's either everything is or nothing is.
Hey, special snowflakes. The world is not Burger King. The only way you'll get that is if you know that Burger King's old quote was "Have it your way."
Your way.
Just got rid of it.
I think that is still "Have it your way."
I remember when I was growing up. It was your way right away at Burger King now.
What?
I remember.
What was the quote?
It was your way right away at Burger King now.
Wow.
That's a little too complex. I think "Have it your way" was the simpler version that worked.
You know, actually, off topic, I just wanted to make this one sentence. When I was young at my local Burger King, there was an actual picture of the fucking Burger King. The mascot.
Oh.
Yeah.
When
Which one? Costume, that stupid Hanna-Barbera cartoon, or an actual person wearing a king's outfit?
It was probably like the actual costume, but maybe in like a painting fashion. Something like that, I think.
Yeah, because the one that's like the freaking bodysuit a la Mickey at Disney World, that one's considered creepy.
Wow. Well, anyways, going back to bullying.
When I was
at Burger King.
Yeah, fast about Burger King real fast. When I was growing up, the mascot at Burger King was the Burger King Kids Club Kit crew.
Oh, that. And didn't that retire quickly because no one liked it?
I liked it.
Oh.
In the 80s and 90s.
Wait. Maybe they did like it. I don't know. All I know is that the Nostalgia Critic mentioned it briefly in the one of his commercials videos.
Yeah. Anyways, back to Bullies. I also got another story on Facebook of a teacher bullying a student. Can you share that picture now, Mario?
Give me a second, blowing my nose.
Okay.
Excuse the schnicklish. Even though the stupid bullying story is going to get plenty of schnicklish, since I don't like it when bullying happens, especially when it's teachers on students.
We blocked up the name, so...
Yeah, you need to block out the fucking names. Don't have them come suing us because they're special snowflakes.
No, the teacher's not mentioned. These are my real life friends too, so I don't want to.
Well, that too.
The mom of this girl was in an episode of the podcast. At least two of them, I think, or two or three maybe.
Okay, I'm gonna get it opened up now. Sorry about that.
This is an elementary school near where I used to go. So I used to go to this school back in the day. Of course, this teacher probably wasn't there when I was there. Well, my teacher's probably dead by now, I think. Very, very old, close to retirement.
Oh my God, I have to go in the goddamn pit. Fuck this.
Okay, here
Fuck
it is.
you, McQueen.
I got it up now.
So, it says, Blank told me last night her math teacher told her she's helpless, and that last month she said you're the worst student. This is like I think she's second or third grader. I think I can't remember. I don't remember which one it is, but elementary school, obviously. You already know today he got a letter from me in the folder. She said that he read it and handed it back to her, not even looking at her or saying anything. She said he'll ask the question to the whole class, and 20 kids might have their hands up, but he'll call on her, even though she never raises her hand, and he stares at her wanting the answer. When she raises her hand with the questions, he just says, "You should have paid attention," and won't help her. Dude, better calm down. I have no problem kicking his butt.
So the teacher is a guy?
Yeah.
Oh my god, so close, you fuck.
Do you want me to make it disappear now?
Yeah. But yeah, exactly, he's a fuck.
Yeah, both this goddamn game at the moment and the goddamn fucking teacher piece of ass.
Somebody wanted to be a teacher back in the day, before I felt at college. You're supposed to help the kids, not, like, tell them that they're idiots and stuff.
I had a gym teacher that was a bully in my first year of middle school. Basically, the one story that I can remember, and it was probably like the worst occasion I had with this person, was, well, first a little bit of backstory. So basically, god damn it, not coughs. So it was like a big gym class, but it was like 2 different gym classes at the same time, and it's like, that doesn't make any sense, but whatever. And there was 2 teachers there, and one teacher would have a part of the class on one end, and then another teacher on another end.
That's exactly how my gym classes went, by the way.
So one day I was late for, well, reasons I don't remember, but my best guess might be because asthma? Question mark? I'm not sure. But anyways, so I get to the class, and the first thing that happens to me, the teacher that was teaching my end of the class comes up to me, asks me why I'm late, but before I can even say anything, immediately then says, "Oh, don't tell me, I gotta teach 2 different classes, even though there's 2 teachers that day." Yeah, that shit. And then there's my math teacher, where my math teacher, I wouldn't say she's a bully. I'd say she's kind of rude sometimes. Because, well, okay, the best way I can describe this is, on my IEP, I have to basically meet with someone every so often, and in this case, like once a month with a person. And, well, once a month with one person, I think either once a month or twice a month for another person. But anyways, so the teacher is supposed to tell me when I'm supposed to go down and meet whoever I'm meeting with. And she is really unreliable, because sometimes she would tell me, and other times she wouldn't. And then there was one time where literally she tells me I can go down there if I wanted to, and then later in the hour, to the point where if I were to go down there at that point in time, there would be no time to do anything. So she then tells me, "Oh, I was supposed to go down there." And I'm just like, I was supposed to? You said if I wanted to, meaning that I had a choice. No, I didn't say that. And then she proceeded to argue with me about whether or not she did or didn't say something. And it was so ridiculous, and I was so certain of myself that I asked the person next to me, which I mutually know, I asked him, did she say that I could go down there if I wanted to? And he said yes. So, I'm not the only person that heard that. And I think that's kind of bullshit. So sometimes she wants to get argumentative with me. And also, keep in mind, she's not like an old age teacher. No, she's pretty young and pregnant.
What the fuck? Maybe she's having pregnancy mood swings. Or she did, if this is a past story.
Yeah, and then there was another time where the class was taking a test, and actually I talked about this in a live stream I did one time, but I got some things corrected with the information I told, but basically the gist of it is that the class was taking a test, and there was a part for measurements, yes, fucking measurements, and keep in mind, we're being tested about measurements, even though the class has been gone over with measurements for 1 day. Oh, and also, this is a really easy class, so, yeah. And before you ask, why am I in this class? It's because the school literally forces me to, because, well, in a nutshell, they basically said, oh, because you moved to a different school in, like, the end point of the year, but it was still active, because you did that, we didn't accept your grades from the work you did for that year, and, yeah, now because of that, the only way you can graduate is if you pass this class. Even though I took the same class the previous year! So, yeah, anyways, so, there was a question where it was really, well, it was kind of vague, in a way, and it went to a point where I had to ask the teacher what I was supposed to do, because I literally did not know what I was meant to do. And she talks to me in a rude tone, and I'm just like thinking to myself, what the fuck? And then later on in the same hour, later on the same hour, another student asks the same question, and all of a sudden, the teacher doesn't give her a rude attitude. Or, well, I don't know if the student was he or she, but that's not important. The teacher all of a sudden just is nice sounding. I'm like, what the fuck? What is your problem? Like, do you fucking hate me or something?
Probably.
And then other times, she'll be like, she'll sound nice to me, and then it's like, what the fuck? So, sometimes she sounds rude to me.
Apparently,
sometimes she's argumentative with me. And then other times, she's fine.
Apparently she was like, go back where you came from, new kid. We don't want you here. Shoot. Oh,
Yeah.
kid, been here forever? I'll answer your question.
Yeah, and it's stupid. And it's not like it's even a big class. No, it's a fucking small class. Like, it's considerably smaller than the majority of classes in the campus. So,
Is this a class where you teach yourself?
Huh?
Is this the class where the teacher was so lame you learn it yourself?
No, it's not like that. It's just the fucking... Like... Okay, she's teaching out of a book that someone else wrote. And whoever wrote the book is fucking stupid. Because they... Sometimes the book asks you stupid shit. And sometimes they'll make you do stupid shit that doesn't make any sense. And it seriously gets to a point where the teacher just says fuck it and decides to change what the book says just for the sake of getting it complete because it's fucking stupid. Like, even the teacher knows it's fucking stupid sometimes. So, I don't know.
Those are the good teachers.
Like here's
we must follow the book word for word. We can't deviate at all.
Like, okay, here's an example. Going back to that question where I had to ask what I was supposed to do. Another part of the question was, wait. Okay, well, basically, let's just say we take this pocket knife, and it's just the base here, and we have to measure from one point to another. So point A and point B, we have to measure with this. And how many of these gets you from point A to point B? But it tells you to estimate. okay, so I get this measurement, and it's basically close to what the exact answer from the book would be, so I write my answer. Nope, you're fucking wrong, bitch. And I'm like, why is that wrong? Oh, because if you look with the ruler, you can clearly see that it is this amount of these. But it said estimate. Well, we're not estimating, because we're not. But the teacher never even specified that in the first place. Okay, so you want me to take a test and ask me to estimate, but then you don't want us to estimate, and you don't even tell us that we're not supposed to estimate. We're supposed to have an exact answer. Like, what the fuck? And it's not like, oh, we're getting decimals or anything. No, it's like you get like one of these off or more than one of these and you're fucking wrong. Like it can't be 3, it can't be 4. No, wait. It can't be 3, it can't be 1. No, it has to be 2. Is basically what it was. Even if it looks like it's close enough, nope, it has to be 2, not 3 or 1. It's fucking stupid. That's what the book fucking does, is asks you to estimate, but it doesn't want you to estimate. What the fuck?
Oh, speaking of math real fast, I think I talked about this before, but I can bring it up too. What's the deal with that stupid, what's the deal with that Common Core stuff?
Like an update to what I was saying, or?
Is that before?
I think I talked about Common Core.
Yeah. What's the deal with that stuff? What is it? Somebody talked about it before. What's the deal with that? It sounds stupid to me, personally, but I don't know. But apparently that's what we're teaching kids now.
Common Core is stupid. Before I said that Common Core is being taught in my school, but I don't think that's necessarily true, because I've seen, like, there was one time in my IT class, I think it's Internet Technologies or whatever, but it's like
information technology, I believe.
Well, it has to do with routers and getting them hooked up and whatnot.
Oh, then maybe it's Internet Technology, but the IT class I took in high school was information technology, which basically taught me how to do business stuff in Word, PowerPoint, and Excel.
Well, maybe it's called Cisco networking for me. I don't know. I just call it IT because it makes more sense to me, but whatever. Anyways, so there was one time where we were doing a lesson, and there was one point in the paper of what we were given where it says to use Common Core, but then my teacher fucking says to cross that shit out. And I'm like, oh, so technically we're supposed to be taught this, but the teacher gives it the middle finger and says otherwise. Okay, so I guess we're not being taught Common Core necessarily in a lot of things. But it's still fucking stupid nonetheless, though. But I'm not gonna lie. I actually got scared when I saw Common Core, and then my fucking fears relieved. It was like, okay, class, you need to cross this out. So yeah.
What do you think? What do you think about Common Core?
I mean, I understand the purpose of it. Like, it's basically making sure that you know at least the basics of all the subjects. Because
actually,
the truth is, you should know what...
That's what Common Core is.
Nope, sorry.
What is it? What the fuck is it, then?
Common Core is basically... How do I describe this? It's basically the most stupid way you can teach math. And I think it also goes on to other things from what I've seen, or other subjects. But the one subject I've seen it mainly used in is math. And it teaches you math in the most retarded way possible, to a point where you would have to do many more steps on what would otherwise be a simple, easy solution to solving the problem.
Like this one episode, I saw this video about this on YouTube where this kid was asked to turn 5 times 3 into a math problem, So he wrote 5 plus 5 plus 5. And like, that's wrong. It's supposed to be 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. That's the Common Core way, not... It's like, what? It's the same damn answer.
Oh yeah, you wanna know something stupid that happened to me? In math class again. So, we're being taught, I guess, traditional multiplication? I'm not really sure what the lesson is teaching us exactly, but basically it's like multiplication problems, and the class is using traditional method, and this is the first class that I've seen mainly use traditional multiplication rather than lattice, even though I was only taught, well actually, maybe not only taught, but I only learned lattice. And
what's lattice?
Oh, well, I guess I get to show people.
Maybe I know what it is, but I've never heard it called that. I'm not sure.
Let me get paint then.
It's school time in Taco Time with Caffeine today.
Okay. Okay. So give me a problem.
22.
A multiplication problem, by the way.
22 times 43.
22 times 43. Oh my god, I can't draw a straight square. I gotta use this. Okay, so first we draw a box, and since we're using two numbers that are tens, 22, right? 22 was the first number?
No! God damn you. Sorry.
And then 43, right?
Yeah, Stick definitely hates math, apparently.
Okay, so 22 times 43. And now we draw lines diagonally like this, and they kind of make the square into two pieces, like so. Man, Dilly, you better be watching this in the stream, so it looks like it makes more sense. Now, this is how a lattice multiplication problem would be written out. So, the purpose of lattice multiplication is to actually make the problem a lot easier to do. Now, this excludes problems where it's like 5 times 3 because it's only one digit and there's no point in drawing it out, really. But when you have a tens number or more, then that's where this comes in handy. So basically, this turns 22 times 43 into 2 times 4, 2 times 3, and then again, for this case, 2 times 4 and 2 times 3 again. So 2 times 4 would be 8. So how we write single numbers in lattice is we write a 0 first, and then the single digit there, like so.
This seems way more complicated.
No, it's not complicated. It's actually easier. Trust me. Just watch.
Okay.
Okay, so we have 2 times 4, and that gives us 8. And this is how we write single-digit numbers in lattice boxes.
Okay.
So it would be 0 and then 8 in these two spaces. And then 3 times 2 would be 6. Once again, like so. This is a 6. I write my 6s slanted because I kept getting comments from people in real life where they kept telling me, oh, that looks like a B, and I got sick of it. So, yeah, I just write 6 as a slanted B's or whatever. And then we just do it again since it's 22. They're the same numbers. Okay, now we have the answers to 2 times 4 and 2 times 3, and then the two problems again. So how do we write out the answer now that we have the numbers? Well, this is where addition comes in. We start out down here on the bottom right corner of this square, I guess. So we write out a 6 because it's the only thing there. And now we have 8 plus 0 plus 6. So basically 8 plus 6. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. How do we write 14 in lattice, though? Well, you write 4 here, and then you can put a 1 there. It's kind of similar to how let me write this out. 8, 9, 1, 0. It's kind of similar to how what you would do this. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 9 plus 8 would be 17. You write it out like this. It's basically the same concept but in lattice, and it's like that. So 8 plus 6 would be 14, and then 8 plus 1 would be 9, and then since we only have a 0 here, we just write a 0. And our answer is, our answer is 946, and just so then we know that is the correct answer, I will also use a calculator to confirm this. Where's OBS? Okay, there's OBS. Let me get this calculator captured here. Okay, so we have our calculator. Alright. 22 times 43. The answer we got with lattice was 946. And look at that, the calculator says 946.
Well, pray lattice is correct as soon as you learn how to use it.
Huh?
As soon as you learn how to use it, I guess it's cool. I gotta learn how to use this, of course, because I'm not, if I ever get back to math class.
Huh.
So,
well, yeah,
anyway,
that's basically that's what lattice is, and you can use this for, like, 3-digit numbers, 4-digit numbers, and so forth and so forth.
So to wrap it all up, teachers should bully students.
But anyways, continuing what I was saying, though, because that's not my whole point. I just did that to show what it was. Going back to what I was saying, though, so my math class is apparently the first class I've seen to purely use traditional math, or traditional multiplication rather than lattice multiplication, even though I only learned lattice. Was probably taught normal multiplication, but never got the thing down. So I personally don't know how traditional multiplication works exactly. So and since I knew what lattice was and how it worked, and the class didn't, I offered to show how the lattice method worked, and the teacher seemed to not care for it, and only 1 or 2 students cared for it. And because 1 or 2 students said, yeah, they would be interested in knowing what it was, they allowed me to actually show it to them. But here's something real fucking douchebaggy. So, it was like, well, I don't know what the exact problem was, but basically it was like something thousand times something thousand. Or, actually, no, it wasn't thousand, it was 100. My bad. Okay, my bad. Something 100 times something 100. There. And I was, going it over, and I wasn't looking at my paper because I already erased the lattice thing I did on the paper, so I was just doing it off of what I was doing, and whenever I got into a problem, like, let's say 8 times 7, I asked the class what that was because I wanted to move quickly since I couldn't figure out the answer fast enough. So I asked the class what it was, and every time I asked, one specific person would keep giving me the answer that I supposedly needed, because there's a reason why I say supposedly needed, even though I don't think that's the right choice of words either, but whatever. So she gave me the answers whenever I needed the class's help to move faster, and when I added up everything, the answer on the lattice was not the same as on the traditional. And I'm like, what? So I'm trying to go over what I did, figuring out what went wrong, and I only had enough time for myself to figure out 2 different places that went wrong, but not everything that went wrong. And funny enough, those 2 places that I saw that were wrong were the ones where the student gave me the answer. And I found out that she was giving me the wrong fucking answer. And guess what? The teacher didn't intervene or anything. She didn't bother telling me, wait, no, she didn't give you the correct answer. This is the correct answer. Or anything like that. No other students did anything about it either. And so what ended up happening was she basically embarrassed me by giving me the incorrect answer and making me look like a complete dumbass, not knowing what I was talking about. And I was so fucking sure myself that I knew lattice worked because I've used it all my fucking life, and every time it has not failed me. I was so sure that I redid it on my piece of paper. I went over every single thing, and when I did it with a calculator, and yes, I said with the calculator because I did it once before, got the right answer on the paper. I did it again with the calculator, so I had to save time, and with the calculator's help to speed things up, I ended up getting the same answer as traditional with lattice. And I went up to the teacher and I showed her, look, this is how it's supposed to look, not what I did. And I told the teacher I must have done something wrong because I didn't want to fucking deal with people yelling at me about stupid shit, because I just figured that's gonna happen because this is how society is. But in fucking reality, I know for a fact that she gave me wrong answers. I don't know if she was doing it to fucking make me look like a dumbass on purpose, or if she somehow got the wrong answer in reality, but a little bit of me personally thinks that she did that shit on purpose. So, yeah. And now I'm gonna purposely use lattice up on the board every single time there's a fucking multiplication problem, just to fucking show that lattice works, because fucking that shit shouldn't have happened. So what do you think?
I think we should start a whole teaching segment on my channel now. MarioTube teaches lattice.
Wow.
I don't even know what the fuck a lattice is.
Did you look on the stream when I was doing it?
Nah.
Well, you better pay more attention.
Anyways, so ultimately, again, bullies suck.
But yeah, do you think
that's weird.
But do you think that was bullshit, though?
Yes. I don't know if it was on purpose or she was just stupid.
I don't know either, but like I said, a little bit of me thinks it was on purpose.
Okay, but before we get to more ranting from MarioTube, since he's been on for a while, Snick, it's your turn now. Tell us about your experience today.
Oh, okay. I finally get to stop playing fucking Mater tractor tipping. Getting closer and closer.
You're playing the PS2 version, question mark, of Cars 1?
I'm playing the 360 version, which is the same as the PS2 version.
Oh.
It only has 15 achievements, but they all total 1,000. There's one of the achievements that's completing the Mater tractor tipping game.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, today I went to the movies. I went to see Murder on the Orient Express. For one thing, the theater was surprisingly packed, and it's like, it's not an action movie, not at all. Like, it's a mystery movie. Like, those are the kinds of things that, I don't think a lot of people, audiences en masse would go to, or maybe I'm wrong, but supposedly it's being labeled, it's supposedly being labeled a blockbuster that's A, not an action movie, and B, not a superhero movie. Or C, not a sequel. Because there is definitely a big budget behind it, because they got an ensemble cast and everything. But, yeah, during my screening, there was a whole shit ton of people there, and I was surprised. even though I probably just said that like a minute ago. I'm losing myself because of my freaking headache from CN Racing DS. So, what happens is, there's this scene where Kenneth Branagh's character is talking with Johnny Depp's character. Johnny Depp's character is basically, they're talking over a piece of cake because, you know, they're on a luxurious train. And as they start talking with each other, the screen just randomly cuts to black, and there's like a reddish tint on that's like all that's left on the screen. And even though the screen just completely cut to black, the audio of the movie kept going.
The audio?
And the funny... What?
The audio?
Yeah, the audio kept going, but the screen just cut to black. All I saw was like a bit of a reddish tint.
That's weird.
At first, I thought it was just a part of the movie, like they were going through a tunnel or something, even though that was kind of stupid to think, because briefly the video came back, and we were able to see them talking, and then it briefly just cut out again. And this time was permanent.
Oh, God.
We went a whole minute, almost like 30 seconds to a minute of them talking, and then a theater employee who was sitting in the back watching the movie with us actually left the theater, probably to go talk to whoever was working the projector.
Oh.
And at first I thought something happened to the projector, and I was surprised. I think someone near the front of the theater actually started jokingly applauding, basically saying, "Wow, that was a great movie." Like, it was only a half hour long, but it was great. But then again, a lot of the people who went to the movie were, like, a bit on the older side. Like, there were definitely some old people there, definitely, and it was mostly, like, full-grown adults, like, not really any people my age or younger. But, because it is based on a famous book, I know that much. But yeah, at first I thought, oh my god, is this going to be Surf's Up again? Because nearly 10 years ago, the exact same thing happened with Surf's Up, a movie about surfing penguins, where we were just watching the movie, and then abruptly the audio just cut out, and the screen gradually faded to white as like white noise played, and then eventually this projector just stopped working altogether, and eventually the lights came on, and the theater manager came in, told us the projector stopped working I think it was due to overheating because a massive heat wave was going on that day. Oh. And they gave us refund tickets, and I think I used those refund tickets on the Simpsons movie with my dad.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But that time, like, we could not finish the movie, and I don't think we ever went back to see the end of it. But thankfully, Murder in the Orient Express was a lot more lucky, because after the theater employee went to go investigate, eventually the screen just cut to black entirely, no reddish tint, and then all of a sudden, it was paused at, the audio cut out too. That's what I meant as well. So, whoever was running the projector rewound the movie by like a minute, and we saw the movie paused for a second, and then it just started playing again.
That's cool.
Yeah, it just, like, basically I got to take a look at how the projector is run at the movie theater. Like, I get a very basic idea of how they do it.
Oh, wow. What did it look like?
But basically, it looked as though it looked as though they were using a DVD.
So,
like,
okay.
What?
Go on.
Say something.
Go on.
I mean, yeah. So
sorry. I was muted. So it was an old school film then?
I'm pretty sure that's how it was, but it looked as though they just rewound it by like a minute, and they were using it as a freaking like DVD. It looked like they paused it on a DVD because, like, we saw like after they rewound it by like a minute, like we saw it frozen for like about a few seconds before it resumed proper.
You know, I always wonder how they even get up to that room.
I've always wondered that too. I'm not exactly sure the specifics of how it was done. All I know is that I got to see what happens when technical difficulties occur and the movie is salvageable.
Yeah, and that's always fun.
Yeah. So, I'm pretty sure the next screening they had to delay the opening previews by like a few minutes or make the cleaning of the theater faster. Because it went like a couple of minutes off schedule at least, but thankfully the movie resumed. We had to watch that extra minute. They rewound again, but there were no other issues while watching the movie. And now I have to write this down in my movie chart because I always write down unique experiences that happen when I go to the theater, and this is one of them.
Yeah,
definitely one.
Well, you have like a 5-book novel series now. Your experiences.
Maybe it could be a novel. I swear to God, it's mostly just to compare the data of when I go to movies because I go all the time.
Move over Harry Potter. This is Nick's movie-going experience.
Oh my God! Just like how people record chart stats of the presidents. You know.
Conspiracy theory. Okay, this happened in this movie. This happened in this movie. Like you see, there's a pattern here. A snick pattern.
Yup.
Oh my God.
I do have to say that this experience was probably one of the more unique experiences I've had in a while.
Yeah.
At least when it involves technical difficulties.
Snicker movies, never a boring experience.
You know what I personally think movie theaters should do? They should tell you whether or not there's extras after the credits or during the credits, because I don't want to have to sit watching the credits if there's nothing after the credits, you know?
Like the lame ass spoiler at the end of Homecoming.
What
do you mean lame ass spoiler?
Oh, you
well, I know what the post-credit scene where basically Captain America does a PSA that actually pokes, well, spoilers. So throughout the movie, you see a bunch of PSAs from Captain America, and one of the post-credit scene that plays right after the credits finishes, Captain America basically does a PSA that makes fun of people who stay till the end of the credits.
I know, it's like, it's the lame ass end credit scene for that movie. I'm like, oh my God, really?
Honestly, I was hoping more for a post-credit scene. Well, we did get one where the Vulture, one thing, they show frickin' Voss from Far Cry 3, and they show he's Mac Gargan, implying he might become the Scorpion at one point. And, I was honestly hoping, the one surprise I was really hoping for was for the Vulture to actually get to see the Kingpin in prison. Because in the Daredevil TV series, at the end of Season 2, the Kingpin was put in prison after the events of Season 1, and he was imprisoned during Season 2, where he actually gets the name the Kingpin, and he's basically slowly overtaking the prison as its, like, crime boss, so to speak. And I think in Season 3, it is confirmed that the Kingpin is returning, and he might get out. I don't know if they're confirming he's going to get out, but they did confirm he's going to be in Season 3. And the main reason I was hoping for an appearance with the Kingpin in Spider-Man Homecoming was because Vincent D'Onofrio, the actor who plays the Kingpin, actually wanted to appear in Spider-Man Homecoming, since the Kingpin's like one of the big Spider-Man villains alongside Daredevil. And also, that would have allowed the movies to finally tie in with the Netflix shows. And it's like a ripe opportunity.
Yeah, so far they've only tied in with the ABC show so far.
Well, the ABC shows are tied with the movies. I don't think the movies ever reference the ABC shows.
So they're connected.
Yeah, they're like the ABC shows basically deal with like the aftermaths of the movies, but the Netflix shows, the only way they're connected to the movies, or they're not connected to the ABC shows at all.
Or maybe they're just referencing each other.
No, the only way the Netflix shows are connected to the movies is how they occasionally reference the events of the Avengers. Like, that's about it. But, to me, like, having the Kingpin appear in that prison with the Vulture, that would have been perfect. Because, the thing is, I don't know if it's the King... I know in the 90s animated series it's the Kingpin that does it, but... The Vulture is like one of the key members of the Sinister Six, and in the '90s series, the Kingpin forms it.
But he was a later addition to it. The original Sinister Six was a different thing. The Vulture came out later.
Yeah, like in the final season, well, there were two Sinister Sixes in the '90s series. There was the... Oh my god, I'm gonna lose this fucking game. All because, you know what, I'm gonna rush it. Alright, I'm gonna rush this goddamn... Come on. I'm about to win,
Were you about to get schnicklish in the middle of the podcast?
No,
I think that wasn't the Vulture.
I won. I got my points.
Okay, in the 90s series, wasn't the Vulture the one that had that aging problem?
Yeah, he had the aging problem. I know that the original Sinister Six was like in the first season, but in the last season, the Kingpin actually reforms the Sinister Six, but because Mysterio, I think, was either dead or missing at that point, they have the Vulture take his place.
Or I think he might have become good or something.
Or something like that. Like, all I know is that Mysterio was gone by that point.
It's weird, in the first few seasons, you know, they were one-off episodes, but after that, they started doing more like story arcs.
Yeah, like the first season was like mostly like self-contained stories. I mean, there was the 3-part episode where Venom comes in, but a lot of them were just establishing like all the characters. Like the first episode has the Lizard, then Doc Ock's one of the first episodes, and then you have that guy Alistair Smythe. His backstory of joining the Kingpin. Then in season 2, like starting with season 2, they started doing more story arcs. Like with season 2, they had it to where Spider-Man's mutation, like the radioactive spider bite, like basically it wasn't done mutating, and he ends up slowly turning into something, a beast known as the Man Spider.
And that's where they had that X-Men crossover.
Yeah, like that's why they have the crossover with X-Men, because he goes to the X-Men for help studying the mutation. And that also sets up the Kingpin's later ally after Smythe betrays him. That guy, Dr. Landon, I think.
Yeah, after they found out that Kingpin had his dad the whole time.
Yeah.
And he wasn't dead.
Yeah, because the whole reason why Smythe joins the Kingpin is because he thinks his dad is dead. Then let's see. Season 3 was called subtitled Sins of the Fathers, and there isn't one single story arc in that. Like I know one, season 3 is where Black Cat comes in, and part of that season was Black Cat's dad coming back, and like there's a few episodes focusing on him knowing a formula for like something.
And that's
Super Soldier Serum, that's what it is.
Is that the one where the Green Goblin kills Peter's girlfriend or something?
Yeah, another part of season 3 was the Green Goblin.
Yeah.
In fact, I think the season ends with Harry becoming the Green Goblin, being thrown into a mental hospital, I think.
Yeah. That was,
And then season 4, the whole theme of that was like, season 4 was called Partners in Danger, and like there were a couple of Black Cat team up episodes. I think they also had the Prowler. I don't know. I know Blade was in season 2.
yeah, with the vampire kid. The guy who became a vampire.
Morbius.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like Morbius was like one of the recurring villains of season 2.
So he became a good guy.
Yeah, he became a good guy. Then season 5 was like Season 5 was like they did Secret Wars and then they did Spider Wars.
They went crazy at that point.
Yeah, they were like going freaking crazy. Like they were having like they had Storm from the X-Men, they had Iron Man, the Fantastic Four. Like it was like this whole big thing.
And as they revealed that apparently the Red Skull was related to the Chameleon.
Yeah, you know, they also. What's funny is that they do Electro completely different from how Electro was normally done. Like, the way Electro comes to be in Amazing Spider-Man 2 is a bit closer to like how Electro was in the comics, but in the TV series, Electro has an origin related to the Red Skull. In fact, he's not Max Dillon, he's like this German officer. Supposedly they couldn't do Max Dillon in the TV series because they were trying to make a Spider-Man movie in the 90s, and the planned villains of that movie would have been Sandman or Electro. They were able to use Electro in the 90s cartoon because of that German officer loophole, but they couldn't find a way to use Sandman, and as a result, Sandman was the only recurring, well-known Spider-Man villain who never appeared in the 90s series. But the sad thing is, the 90s series ended on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Like, it basically ends with Madam Web saying, "Now you won the war, now we're gonna find the real Mary Jane."
And they never did.
Yeah, the whole story with that is that they were planning on making a 6th season, but there was a bunch of crap going on. Like, some of the executive producers at 20th Century and Marvel Animation, they were, like, butting heads with each other, and it resulted in 20th Century deciding, you know what, I think Saban's gonna make all our shows now.
Hey, I'm gonna use the bathroom, I'll be back.
I guess that's when the split between Fox and Marvel started happening.
Kind of, yeah. Because, there was Spider-Man Unlimited, which was a very short-lived series that lasted for 1 season. Basically, it was 20th Century's effort of trying to compete with Batman Beyond. And supposedly, Spider-Man Unlimited was supposed to be a continuation of the 90s series, but it's not very connected. At least from what I've seen of it. And even then, one of the head writers on the 90s series actually continued the story on his own. Apparently, Madam Web took Spider-Man to, like, Victorian-era London, where we find that Cletus Cassidy is running around as Jack the Ripper. Yeah.
That'd been interesting.
Yeah, at the very least, we can assume, it would have been a whole story arc of Spider-Man traveling through time. He eventually finds Mary Jane. Then they just live happily ever after the end.
That's weird. I like how they took. I think it was before, but I like how they took Mary Jane in a whole new direction in the Homecoming movie. Like that one girl the whole time, like, oh, by the way, I'm MJ.
Yeah, maybe. Like, it's always good when they deviate away from the original source material. A lot of people hate when it's not like the source material, but to me, I like
my thing is, I don't mind deviating a little bit. It's when they totally, like blow up in the air, like they did with the Dragon Ball movie, Evolution. Like how they totally took the source material and threw it away.
Like, yeah, as long as they stay true to the essence of, like, I would say the characters, as long as they stay true to the essence of their characters, then you could put them in whatever stories you want. But at the same time, I don't like the stories being exactly the same, because this way you don't know what to expect. Like, that's why a lot of people hate SJW Marvel, because they're like turning a lot of pre-established characters and they're like changing their races, their sexual orientations.
Yeah, like the
just kind of killing what the characters originally meant. But
like personally, I don't think that they're like trying to make Thor a lady or a woman or something.
Apparently, well, here's the thing: a lot of Marvel comics nowadays do not sell well, and the main reason is because it's SJW-ified, but it's not necessarily because it's SJW-ified. Because because let's see, you have Iron Man being replaced by this young black woman called Ironheart, and then you have Thor being replaced by Thor Jane Foster. And then you have freaking Captain America being considered an evil white man who's part of Hydra.
I read about that before. That's fucking stupid. This whole time he was a Hydra agent. The whole time, like.
Yeah, and the thing is, so adult readers are not reading Marvel comics because all these replacements, like just killing off Tony Stark without much ceremony, abruptly replacing Thor with someone who didn't need to be Thor, and making Captain America the face of patriotism a freaking enemy. They think that's an utter heartbreaking betrayal.
See, the problem with the Thor thing is, one, Thor has been an established character in mythology for like years now, so it's not just a recent creation. He's been around for a while.
Honestly, I would not be past freaking Ironheart being a mentee being mentored by Tony Stark, but number one, make her interesting, and number two, don't fucking kill Tony Stark.
Well, if they do kill him, like I said, make him pass the torch, like a pass the torch thing. Not what they like. It's the same thing with the Ghostbusters. Again, the Ghostbusters. Instead of having the older cast passing on their information to the girls was in my okay awesome passing the torch on. They're like, okay, reboot.
I'll tell you this much. From what I've heard, all this Ironheart character is, I'm a black woman, love me. And, like, no effort to, like, give her, like, actual character traits. Because the thing is, you don't focus on characters because they're part of a certain race, or they're a certain gender, or they have a certain sexual preference, or they support this cause. You need to make them flawed. No Mary Sue shit. And you need to actually make them interesting so that your readers freaking care. Like, if you make them interesting, then we won't care what they freaking look like. But no, they just have to SJW-fy it. And so yeah, I already explained why adult readers don't like SJW Marvel comics. And the thing is, I'm speaking as someone who's never read these comics because I've never been a big comic book reader. So I might be wrong on so many levels, but I have heard that the reason why kids aren't reading the comics are because they don't care.
Yeah.
Like, because what it is that the only reason they would want to read the comics is by watching movies. So they watch the Avengers, they watch Thor Ragnarok, they watch Doctor Strange, they watch Iron Man 3, they watch all these movies, and they're like, oh wow, there's comics where we can learn more about these characters? Let me buy one, I want to read it. And then they read it and they find none of their characters are in there. Or God forbid, they see an issue that talks about how Captain America is the evil patriotic white man, and then they're like,
boring. Throw away.
Yeah, boring, throw it away. Because their favorite characters aren't there.
Honestly, I never read much comics growing up either. I read some comics because down the street where I lived, there's literally a comic book store. But I mostly read Disney and DuckTale comics.
Truth is, some of the only comics I read was like the Disney Adventures Comic Zone series.
But eventually I started reading more manga than I did comics eventually.
The only manga I ever read was the KH one.
I read a few of them. I read KH, I read Inuyasha, read Naruto, read read Sailor Moon. I read them all. At first, really real fast. I did the common mistake thing. I started reading it forward first. Like, somebody said, I started reading from the beginning. I'm like, okay, this is weird. I think, like, why is this? This doesn't make any sense at all. Like, oh, I'm supposed to read it backwards. Like, that was common mistake. Is MarioTube back yet?
No. Oh my god! I kind of need to go to the bathroom, but I don't want to leave you alone.
But okay. So you never read manga before?
Aside from one issue of the KH manga, no.
Was it backwards or forward?
It was backwards.
Did you ever you had to learn to read it backwards, or did you read it?
It was so jarring. I don't think I necessarily got used to it, but I did try reading it. All right.
Yeah, it's funny. You know how I don't know if you know this, but usually when a manga becomes an anime, it easily has more episodes, right? You know, filler episodes. There's episodes that. I saw this one manga anime apparently that had less episodes in the anime than it did the manga. Like actually cut stuff out. They actually cut stuff out of it. It was a story about this guy that was in a dorm with all these girls. It's
maybe some of the manga stuff was too explicit for Japan.
No, well, not for Japan. Apparently, in Japan, it was a manga for teen girl manga, preteen manga. In America,
I thought it was explicit. Fuck.
Well, it's kind of it's over here. It's explicit. It's for adult manga over here, but it's for like teens in Japan.
Oh well, the thing is, content is looked supposedly in Japan. Nintendo Japan was nicer with censoring NES games, like how America and Europe, like they're like everything must be family friendly. Whereas in Japan, apparently they did allow violence, but they didn't allow nude sex or anything.
Yeah, like in this comic book, this guy accidentally sees some of the girls naked a lot because they're like not naked. They're kind of covered up. Like the hair is covering them up, like the hair's over their breast and stuff, and or there's shadow, in the shadows,
Hair covering boobs? What the? Oh, you mean the hair from their head? Okay.
Yeah, like.
I thought you meant chest hair for a minute. I don't know why.
But yeah. So and he's always getting beaten up because he sees them naked. They take his butt. He's like, it's funny. It's a funny story. But anyways, in America, that thing's like, that's an adult comic book. But apparently in Japan, it's for teenagers or younger.
Yeah.
Because it's more because they consider it more comedy or something than we do.
Yeah. All I know is that Japan has a lot of fan servicey stuff. But I'll admit, I tried playing the first Hyperdimension Neptunia game on the Vita because I was honestly starved for Vita games, and I stopped playing it because the story got too fan servicey for me. Like, there's literally this one part at the start of the game where where one character is getting bandaged up because I guess she was wounded, and she's completely nude during the bandaging. And apparently, the one girl that's bandaging her up is getting enjoyment out of it.
But anyways, I guess it was like listening. But in the anime series, there's only like 20 episodes total, and they go through the entire 14 book thing in 20 episodes. They go fast forward through it. Instead of unlike Naruto, like Naruto or Sailor Moon, where, like 20 episodes in between plot points. The chapters where they fill in for time. They're like, okay, concentrate it all in one season. Done. They basically made 2 or 3 years of 2 or 3 years of manga books into like one season.
Wow.
just like power packing it in.
Then again, that fan servicey stuff probably doesn't help the SJW crap.
But apparently,
I don't like fan service stuff because,
But I said I consider it more of a comedy thing than a fan service thing. I mean, I guess there's some fan service, I get, but it's more like funny. Watch this guy get beat up by girls because he's
maybe. As long as they're not stereotyped, I suppose. Not because I agree with SJW ideologies, but because it's boring.
Yeah. But anyway.
She's a girl and she wants to defy gender roles? If girls like playing sports, then let them fucking play sports. Oh my god. Don't question it.
Because that makes more fuel for the fire.
It makes more fuel for the fire, and it's stupid.
Like. See, this is people like that people at SCW should be going after, not doing.
Even like frickin' Sophia the First did it. Goddamn preschool shit. Oh, speaking of preschool shit, you know those creepy YouTube kids cartoons like that Finger Family crap Mario made me sit through about a year ago? Apparently YouTube is finally getting a team of people to manually review these videos and age restrict them so that kids can't watch them, and therefore, since age restricted videos automatically get demonetized, the people who make millions on that goddamn shit are gonna lose the money.
Oh no! Answer Chloe's question. No, he had to go. He's back now. He had to go to the bathroom.
Yeah. Hi.
Wait. Who was asking?
Chloe.
Oh, Chloe's in the chat.
She was.
What was she even saying?
Empty had to go.
I'm back.
Cause we were just ranting about comics and manga and anime and stuff. Speaking of ranting, so MarioTube wanted to rant about Chris's Core and Miiverse.
Well, wait a minute. Did we even
I'm
get
gonna go to the bathroom quick.
Okay, did we even get in the early
No.
Did we get in the main topic first?
No. We're waiting for you to come back.
Honestly, I think we should go in the main topic because it's already been an hour and 12 minutes and now 13 minutes.
Okay, so it's not honestly, this year came a little later, but still it's Veterans Day now, and the last few days McDonald's has already been playing Christmas music. I mean, personally, I love Christmas. I just don't want to get burnt out on it before the actual holiday happens.
Yeah. And they do that shit every fucking year, and I never understand why. I mean, at least do it near the end of November, where it's like almost Black Friday, you know?
Yeah. Share some with the turkey love. But I mean, one year, apparently, they were doing it before Halloween.
Really?
Yeah.
Actually, well, yeah, I think they did.
Like on the radio, my friend told me about how it was not even Halloween yet, and there was Christmas music out.
Yeah, that's fucking stupid. I never understand why they do that. Like really, why? Why do they do that? Like, fucking kill me.
Like, I don't want to get burned out on holiday spirit before the holiday.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
or the month.
Before December even hits, you're like, Christmas, like, bah humbug.
Yeah.
Is it just Christmas, or they do other holidays too, like that?
They don't really seem to do much of anything with Thanksgiving, believe it or not.
Oh.
Or at least what I've seen. Like, seriously, when was the last time you ever seen a commercial for Thanksgiving? This year.
It's been a while.
There you go. Because nobody fucking cares, apparently.
Especially, well, I guess other countries wouldn't care about since it's a mainly American holiday, but.
Yeah, I guess, but still, though, like, it's a big holiday too, you know.
True. Let's see what else. I don't think. I guess only people. I guess Easter, no one celebrates that early except for maybe churches and stuff. But
I guess.
There is Easter Bunny things. We used to have Easter Bunny at the mall, like Santa Claus one year.
Maybe I'm just not really, you know, that mad about it because I'm used to this shit. I mean, I think it's bullshit, but like
I'm used to it too. It's just like I said, it gets you burnt out.
It just makes me. It just kind of irritates me whenever I see something Christmas themed when it's not even close to it. You know.
I think Christmas is the only holiday. I'm not positive. I don't think there's any other holiday that you celebrate 3 months early, or to start signing up for it.
Exactly.
July? No. Maybe 4th of July, maybe? I'm not sure.
No, 4th of July doesn't do that. I think Christmas is literally the only freaking holiday that does that shit.
Yeah. I gotta wait till Snake gets back to hear his opinion. But Chloe, if you're still there, what's your opinion?
She already put it in the chat.
Oh, okay.
I guess, unless she wants to go in more detail.
Oh, it's an early holiday.
And Schnick is back. Alright, Schnick,
all the iced tea in the goddamn world can't make me feel better at the moment.
So we were going to switch
my goddamn freaking headache.
So we were going to switch to my ranting, but I decided to go straight into the main topic because it's been an hour. What's your opinion on Christmas being celebrated 3 months early?
Stupid.
There you go, apparently.
Okay. Could you go into deeper detail?
Oh, I see what Chloe said in the chat. Okay. So yeah, it feels like freaking Halloween, Thanksgiving, and even freaking Halloween, like, they get, like, no attention, then Christmas gets, like, so commercialized. It like, the way they sell, like, freaking Christmas decorations as early as October, maybe even as early as July, thinking, ooh, Christmas in July. That, just shows how over-commercialized Christmas is. And the whole idea of Christmas is that it's not necessarily about the freaking presents you get or the decorations you put on. Honestly, the whole theme is, like, getting together.
It's like, so I mentioned this earlier, like, I mentioned again. Like, I love Christmas. I love the Christmas music. But the time it comes around to December, especially Christmas time, I've already heard so much of Christmas music that I'm sick of it.
I know that ABC Family, I know it's called Freeform now. I still just call it ABC Family because that's what the fuck it is.
ABC Family calls themselves Freeform?
Yeah, to me, no. ABC Family is the channel that does 25 Days of Christmas. Freeform is when you do a goddamn dance. I would get up and dance right now, but no. Oh, I know exactly what a freeform dance is. You ready?
Hey, see, I'm gonna make it. Alright.
Okay.
There you go, Mario. There's your freeform goddamn dance you came up with.
No, if you want to do it right, you gotta go. Wait, actually, now I need to get both your. Okay, well, never mind, because apparently Vandalia is already doing things ahead of me. Like, Vandalia, slow down. Hey, congratulations, Brian. You've been thrown in the middle of a podcast episode. How do you feel?
By the way, happy birthday.
Oh,
yeah, it's my
happy
birthday,
belated.
so
Happy
we're gonna
birthday,
be
Brandon.
doing.
Wait,
Happy
today's
We're
birthday,
gonna
the
be
birthday?
Happy
Yeah,
birthday,
today's my
Brandon.
birthday.
In the tail
What?
of Brandon.
I thought it was
Happy
yesterday.
birthday, Brandon.
Thanks, Skype.
Happy birthday, Brandon.
Thanks, Nick.
Yeah.
No, I should have said pin the tail of Shrek.
Yeah, we
he
should
can-
pin the tail on the Shrek.
WhatsApp can drive now, so you can come into
So, yeah.
all of our houses.
Well, I can't drive yet. I have to go into the DMV Wednesday. They were closed on Friday.
Brandon, wait. Are you turning your webcam on or off? I need to know right now.
Want me to turn it on?
If you
Yeah,
want
sure.
to.
Alright.
Brandon, you're not.
You
Okay,
can see
thank
my ugly mug.
Think.
Brandon, you do not want to know what I went through a couple of hours ago.
But
I
anyway,
will cheer you up after this, Schnick, because we're going to be doing birthday-related stuff.
Oh no,
Well,
what are we doing?
Hey, guys, wait a minute.
No.
We're still on a podcast, though. Come on.
okay, we'll catch you up real fast. First thing we talked about teachers bullying students,
I've never experienced that, thank God.
and then now we're talking about celebrating Christmas in October. Apparently, starting Christmas music in October.
Christmas in November.
Yeah, like
Yeah, that pisses me off, honestly.
you get burned out too.
Yeah, it makes me sick. In November the 1st, I went to fucking Walmart, and they already had Christmas shit up.
It's honestly not really a surprise to me anymore, to be honest with you. Like, it irritates
And it's
me,
not a surprise,
yeah,
but
like,
it just pisses me off.
Yay, and now Brennan has the Skype logo in his webcam.
Skype for shit quality calls.
Yeah.
Discord, even more shit quality calls.
Discord, even worse.
Hangout, one in between.
Hangouts, never really used it all that much.
Google Plus. Chirp sound effect.
Is that still a thing?
Okay, there. I finally got the thing figured out. There you go.
Flashlight.
Fleshlight. Oh, sorry. I mean, what?
Oh my god.
But yeah.
Somebody yelled at cars on the 360 in a while.
So all 5 of us in agreement. Celebrating Christmas time in October sucks.
Wait, 5 of us? Oh,
Me?
Chloe. Yeah,
4.
yeah. Okay, never mind. Never mind.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Chloe's in this. You want to know what she said?
What?
I'll just say this early holiday shit that comes a month early really, 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 really pisses me off.
Oh, wow.
But I guess that the topic that lasts long that would last. I thought we'd be more ranty about it. But I guess pretty much got
not at all.
right to the point.
To be fair, there's not really a whole lot to say because all they do really is just pull out advertisements, possibly, and maybe Christmas music, but mainly having the products for Christmas in the stores early, especially in places like Sam's Club and maybe Walmart.
Yeah, Walmart.
I guess the only thing
Costco.
The only thing good about early Christmas is early Christmas shopping, getting it out of the way early, because
and Black Friday deals.
You don't want to go shopping after the 10th of December, or after 25th, 15th of December.
Yeah, like, I swear to God, like, starting Black Friday, I mean, sure, Black Friday and afterwards got good deals, but then again, it's probably better to just take advantage of that on the internet.
The lines. Oh God, the lines.
My brother's
That's why
trying
we
to
have the
look up my
internet, because
Halo book.
because a lot of the same deals pop up on the internet, but you can
Cyber Monday or Cyber Monday or Cyber Tuesday.
Yes,
By the way, rip Brandon's Halo book. Its killer is his little brother.
Yep.
Wait, his Halo book? What?
Yeah, they ripped up my Halo book.
The Pepsi Fire Lover.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, why'd he rip up the Halo book?
I don't know, because him and his friends are fucking destructive.
It sounds like something's wrong with your freaking brother. First, he spends goddamn money, like thousands of dollars on the freaking microtransactions.
No, he spent $120 on fucking one game's microtransactions.
Wait, what game was this on?
I think it was fucking, like, Plants vs. Zombies.
Oh my god.
It was on
Wait, Garden
PlayStation,
Warfare? Like the Garden
Yeah,
Warfare
Garden
series?
Warfare 2. Yeah.
Or with the
Oh
original,
my God.
with the original one.
You had to get those money pack coins.
Like the bill, like Brandon, why is there a bill for $2 million for my phone?
I bought a yacht.
Like I
bought
wanted
a
to
yacht in Farmville.
like I need to kill those zombies, Mom.
Fucking Farmville, Brandon. Wow, Farmville.
You're welcome. Farmville. Oh god.
So I sent money to this guy that told me that he would send me some cool Farmville hacks, but I had to like give him a paywire or something like that.
I sent my money to this guy who says he's a distant relative of mine and he's a prince of Persia, and then he said he would send me back $2 million.
So I sent this money to a guy, and he said that he worked at Nintendo. He would give me
Said he
free
would get me the
games.
Nintendo
Oh,
NX.
it's
Oddly
funny,
enough-
because I think Chris Chan fell for something like that.
Honestly, though, the weird thing was that he said that he was my uncle, so I guess I could say I have an uncle that works at Nintendo?
Oh god, you're referencing that creepypasta.
Wait, that's a
No,
creepypasta?
I think Chris Chan fell for something like that at one point.
I wasn't even referencing the creepypasta. If anything, the creepypasta is referencing the freaking typical comments that you find in, like, pre-2010.
Oh, thank you. My dad works for Nintendo.
Well, actually, maybe not even pre-2010, more
Like-
like slightly after 2010.
My dad could beat up your dad.
Oh, god damn it.
My dad is just... He's an MMA boxer.
But thinking of Nintendo, so Mario, you want to do your rant about Crisis Core and Miiverse now? Since the holiday lasts really long.
Well, I'll start with Crisis Core, because that'll be a bit short, and then I'll move on to Miiverse, which is the main one I want to rant about. So, Crisis Core, the one I'm talking about, well, I don't know if it's Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII or whatever the fuck, but it's on the PSP, and I gotta say, I fucking hate it because I think...
How dare you!
Okay, part of the reason I hate it was because coming into the game, I thought, oh, Final Fantasy, so it's turn-based. Little did I know that not all Final Fantasy games are turn-based. So yeah, and it's real-time, and I'm like, oh, what the hell? But I still tried playing it through it, and I fucking hated the battle physics because, literally, the magic attacks feel like they don't really do anything to help me in terms of damage output. And normal battles take 5+ minutes. I'm not even fucking joking you. And I don't know what the fuck was going on, but I don't think battles should take 5+ minutes, and if it's a normal battle. And then if it's a boss battle, it'll take like fucking 20 times longer. It's really stupid, and it honestly feels like a button masher, to be completely honest. Like, you're just mindlessly mashing a single button all the time.
Yeah, and I know from your experience of watching you play Snick's shitty RPG that you're not really, you don't level up. You just like run from battles.
Well, no, it's not. It's not like that was a problem though, because I did fight a lot of fights in the game, but like they literally took 5+ minutes. Vandalia. I don't know what I was doing when I was playing shitty RPG, but fucking, oh my god. Yeah, so I mainly hate the game because the battle physics are fucking stupid, and my expectations were incorrect, but my main reason being the battle system.
Yeah.
Okay, that's out of the way, I think.
But
right?
yeah, I listened to this in the pre-podcast discussion. I think, and Snick agreed with me. I think Crisis Core. I'm gonna check it out anyway for the story. I'm gonna have to get through the battle physics time as you say it. I'm I'm grind through because I want to see the story. It's Crisis Core is the backstory. It's kind of like I compare Crisis Core to Days. How you know what's going to it's a prequel, so you know what's going to happen at the end. You already know because you know Cloud's going to end up there, whatever, or how Roxas is going to end up there at the very end. We want to see how they get there, how Roxas or how.
Yeah, like, basically you know that Roxas is gonna meet his final fate, and you know Zack in Crisis Core is gonna die. But the way they present the prequel story, like showing all the stuff that the original game never explored, it actually makes you care by the time the inevitable happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess you have to get. But I guess you have to get through the grind apparently. We're gonna find out the grind.
I didn't think Crisis Core was that much of a grind. Honestly, I actually like the battle system.
Well, Stick is gonna find out how.
It lets you be very destructive.
Well, in a few weeks, Stick is gonna find out how big a grind Days is if there is one, and we're gonna find out all about it soon. Me and Stick are.
Dun, 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 dun.
But stay tuned.
Look, what clever children.
Stay tuned for that. Now back to regular scheduled MarioTube rant.
Yeah, because... Oh, Brandon, sorry to interrupt. I only say that because the last time we ever heard from I Am Mean, he says, I have a feeling we'll be seeing each other again very soon. And it never happened.
His game got cancelled.
Wow.
Yeah, his game got cancelled.
Anyways, so, ranting about Miiverse closing. Fuck you, Nintendo! Okay, now, I'm a pretty big fan of Nintendo, but I hate to say it, this is the first time that Nintendo actually made me lose some respect for
I'll
them.
be right back.
No, Brandon, no, you want to stay for this. You want to stay for this. Do you need to do something?
Yep.
If you're gonna have
He
to do
does.
something, I'm not gonna start until you come back, because you need to hear this.
Oh, I can cheer us up with a little song. You ready? This will remind you of a previous podcast episode. You ready?
Hey,
Oh my god.
It
So
occurred to me that my mic cut out.
Squidward is my
Make
best
my
friend
Wii.
in the
Wait.
world.
I didn't even
Squidward
get
is
to hear
my
Brandon,
best
'cause
friend
Nick was singing.
in the sea.
Brandon, I didn't even get to hear what you said because Shinik was singing.
I said, oh, yet another Nintendo thing. Let me get my Wii. Ah!
Oh, so you're not going anywhere.
oh, but
I'm going to go get my Wii for real because that's what we're going to be doing.
But apparently,
Wait, what are we playing?
Well, you'll
Where's-
find out.
nothing we're writing about Nintendo.
Oh
That
my
how
God.
apparently, by the way, apparently Skyward Sword wasn't the last Wii U game.
No, Breath of the Ass wasn't the last Wii U game. An adaptation of Cars 3 was one of the last Wii U
Cars
games. We're also getting a
3?
Just Dance game. Yeah, there was a game based on Cars 3, and from what I heard, it's not that bad.
Our friend Duke might need to take it out.
So go on, Mario Miiverse.
Okay. So.
Oh, shit.
Oh, sorry. Okay. So, yeah, Nintendo made me lose some respect for them because of the Miiverse closing. I think that it was the stupidest fucking
Did it
move
already
they've made
happen?
as of recent. You know why? Because Miiverse literally took features out of a couple of games and basically made a lot of other games that used Miiverse posts look more dull, if anything. For example, Super Mario Maker, dull. Smash 4, dull in one particular stage. Splatoon, dull, because Inkgopolis Plaza had a lot of Miiverse posts. Nope, now that's fucking dull as hell. Might as well be a fucking menu thing only. Zombie U, dull. I don't even know if it was a vital feature of the game. If it is, then
When I played Zombie U, I didn't see Miiverse posts that much. I don't even think at all. But then again, I don't think I played online.
There were Miiverse posts in the game. Oh yeah, Mario vs. Donkey Kong, Tipping Stars for the 3DS. they didn't make it dull. They took out a feature. And guess what?
Oh no!
And guess what? Now you're completely unable to 100% the game because no Miiverse. Are you kidding me, Nintendo?
Same goes for Xenoblade Chronicles X. I struggled to get the Blade Report achievements just hours before Miiverse was going to shut down. Like, well, more like 2 days, but...
Yeah, and Xenoblade Chronicles can't 100% that game either. What the hell?
Yep,
So
not
what's the
anymore.
point?
I'm one of the lucky ones that managed to do it at right before the end came.
Super Mario 3D World, dull because no more Miiverse posts. Same thing for New Super Mario Bros. U. And, there's also a whole bunch of other games that uses Miiverse in some way, but... Oh yeah, actually, I just realized... Smash 4, actually, there's a little bit more than just the Miiverse stage looking dull. No. Smash 4 actually apparently had their feature cut out of the game as well because of the Miiverse closing. And out of all the things they could have cut out, it was the online tournament mode. And I'm about to show you a diagram on why this is the fucking stupidest bullshit Nintendo has done. I mean,
the online tournament mode was bullshit anyway, but now that it can't be used, all the Smash fanboys are probably like, no! Like, I swear to God, there were probably Smash fanboys saying, oh, I'm happy it's online only. The offline ones were stupid. And now that the online one's gone, they're like, why didn't we get the offline one?
Okay. Here's this so that's not taking up the entire screen like I had the last one earlier in this episode did. Okay, here's why getting rid of Miiverse is fucking stupid. I'll use Smash 4 as a representation for this. So
by the way, Brandon, you missed MarioTube's math lesson earlier today.
1 + 1 = 2!
1 + 1 = 2. 2 middle fingers.
Yay!
Oh,
So,
you just reminded me of a quote from a Recess episode.
Okay, listen. So, Smash 4 launches. Whoa, it's fucking great and... But there is no freaking tournament mode anywhere to be found within the game, unless maybe you hacked it or something, I don't know, but there's no tournament mode accessible. Then, they made it online only. I'll just do OO as online only. So you have online only, and then Miiverse dies. How do I? Miiverse is now dead, and because of that, this right here is also dead. So they launch the game, and then they have online mode or online tournament mode, and then they kill off fucking Miiverse, and then they kill off the mode in Smash 4 that they added in the first place. Which, by the way, what does the fucking online tournament mode have anything to do with Miiverse? Because I fucking never saw any correlation with online tournament mode and Miiverse whatsoever. I saw no correlation. Are you fucking kidding me? So, yeah, I think it's stupid because they launch a game, they add a mode, online only, they get rid of Miiverse, and then they take off a mode from Smash 4. So they add a mode to later then get rid of it again. So, what was the fucking point of adding it if you're gonna close Miiverse down? What the hell? That makes no fucking sense. It just doesn't make sense. And it also doesn't make sense why you would make it so that now certain games can't even be 100%ed anymore. Like, it's now apparently impossible because Miiverse is dead. And their reasoning... their reasoning. I fucking hate Nintendo's reasoning as to why they took it down. I fucking hate it. I will bring it up.
What they say,
I'll fucking read it out word for
Brandon,
word.
you might get triggered a bit.
Because Nintendo, on their support website, they have an FAQ of this shit. And they ask questions such as, why did Miiverse service end? When did Miiverse service end? And so forth.
Man, I have problems, you're a piece of shit!
Oh yeah, and also they got rid of Wii U chat on top of that, which again, why did Wii U chat have to die? What does Wii U chat have to do with Miiverse? Nothing.
They even killed that off? Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, and I don't know why, because Wii U chat has nothing to do with Miiverse, and yet they killed that off the same time they killed off Miiverse. That's fucking stupid.
What idiots.
But here's what I fucking hate about their fucking reasoning. So, the question, why did the Miiverse service end? This is what they say word for word. We started the Miiverse service in 2012 along with the launch of the Wii U system because we wanted to provide a space where users could share their feelings about games with each other. Thanks to users' support throughout the years, we think we were able to achieve that goal. We decided to end the service at this time because, among other reasons, many users are shifting to social networking services.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You wanna know why this is fucking retarded? Because isn't Miiverse a social media service?
Yeah, but apparently to them it wasn't that fucking successful.
Okay. They're shutting it down because they achieved their goal. They're shutting it down because people are moving to other social media platforms, which is a fucking stupid thing to say because your own fucking thing, Miiverse, is a fucking social media platform. What the fuck was it then? If you don't consider a social media platform, then what the fuck was it? Because you can't call it anything else other than a social media platform. It is not possible. Because literally, you could dub it as Nintendo's version of Twitter and you would not be far off. Because they limited the amount of characters just like Twitter. They have the fucking yes, like the fucking likes or whatever Twitter does, and so forth. So it's basically Nintendo's version of Twitter. And it was a social media platform. They fucking allowed you to see it on the 3DS, on the Wii U, and the fucking computer. The computer, and I think even on the phones too. But nope, now it's completely fucking dead, and they get rid of it because other people are going to other social media sites, apparently, even though Miiverse is a fucking social media site in itself.
Two things, Mario. One, everything you said is on point because by Nintendo logic, Sony and Microsoft should stop offering voice chat and talking with each other on PlayStation and Xbox because Facebook and Twitter is so much more better. And secondly, I know why Nintendo actually said all that. It's because it's basically the nice way of saying they're too lazy to put Miiverse on Switch.
Oh wow, nice.
Because, and that's not far off, because apparently just now Hulu got an app on the Switch, even though realistically, why wouldn't there be Netflix or Amazon or frickin' Vudu or like any other app that goddamn PlayStation and Xbox has had for eons now?
Yeah, and here's
Nintendo. We're here to piss you off.
And here's another way to look at it too. Miiverse literally had no reason to die off. There was no reason for it to even die off in the first place. Now, if we look at Hantena, you know, the fucking Flipnote Hantena, yeah, those should ring bells now. Fucking, at least Flipnote Hantena had a good reason to die off. I'm not referring to Flipnote Studio 3D, I'll get on that in a second, but let me talk about DSi Flipnote. The reason why that was shut down was because even though many people were using it, Nintendo's contract with Antenna, the service that they were using, hence the Antenna and Flipnote Antenna, their contract between them ended, and they couldn't continue providing that service. So, therefore, they had to shut it down, and there was not much they could do about it. But they decided to create Flipnote Studio 3D. And they said that Nintendo was going to have their own service, and it was going to be a paid service. But then, out of nowhere, Nintendo never says a word about it ever again. Only makes Flipnote Studio 3D available to Club Nintendo users before it shut down, and now My Nintendo users. And on top of that, the service that they talked about is nowhere to be seen in the application. There is no mention of it, there is no option, it's just not there. So, what happened? Did people complain about it to the point where Nintendo decided to retcon that? And what was the point of even fucking going silent about it? There was no reason for Flipnote Studio to fucking just have nothing to be said after that point. Like, what the fuck, Nintendo? Like, that, yeah, that frustrated me, but, you know, it's only Flipnote Studio 3D, and even then, we have the, like, another option for the original Flipnote Studio, and I'm not going to go into detail how, but you basically put in some settings in your fucking DSi Wi-Fi settings, and then you are in a custom server for Flipnote Studio, and it basically works almost the same, and it's all free. But here, Miiverse dies because that's why. Just nothing. No fucking reason. Not because some contract died off, not because Miiverse was unpopular. No, it's because Nintendo decided that, oh, because the Wii U didn't do well, I guess we gotta retcon everything Wii U had. And, like, what's the point? Like, why would you... I don't get it. Just because the console does bad doesn't mean you should just take down things that the console had set in stone. It doesn't make any sense. If you were gonna do that, then you should have done that a long time ago. But, no, you don't. And on top of that, you don't even fucking care, because now you made, like, 3 games unable to be 100%ed, and a lot of the other games that uses Miiverse, the features in it, like with Super Mario 3D World, there's stamps. Yeah, now they don't have. You don't have a point to collect the stamps because you can't even use them now. So what's the fucking point? You might as well
to get a complete set, I guess.
But there's no point because you can't use it. So there's no reason to even collect them now because you can't even use them. So therefore, I feel that Nintendo should make the developers update their games so then they can at least, like, you know, change things around, or for the games that no longer can be 100%ed, update them so then they don't require you to have Miiverse to 100% them, since Nintendo apparently doesn't give a fuck about Miiverse anymore, and make it so you can 100% the game again. I mean, they're updating Super Mario Maker because Miiverse died, and I don't remember why they said that, but, you know, if they're gonna do it for fucking Mario Maker, then they might as well do it for all the other games that fucking use Miiverse in a crucial way. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking stupid. It really is. And getting rid of Wii U chat was fucking stupid too, because, like, why? Why was that removed? That was another feature of the console. I mean, at least they got rid of Nintendo TV, but let's be honest, did anyone use Nintendo TV? Because I sure fucking didn't. So at least there, it's because fucking no one used the service, but... Oh, and also, at some point, they retconned, Google Street View for Wii U, for no fucking reason either. Even though people are using Google Street View for Wii U, oh, nope, gotta retcon that for no fucking reason. Oh, and what makes it even more stupid is the fact that they tell you, oh, you could have saved your Miiverse posts before we closed it, but if you try to do it after we close it, you won't be able to get them back. Why, though? Like, I didn't really care about my posts enough to fucking download them, but, like, why make it so then you only have enough time to fucking do it before it closes and not after it closes, too? Like, did you delete every fucking post after you closed it down, or what? Like, that's fucking stupid. It really is. And also, guess what? Not only that, but they also removed a way to get free fucking coins in My Nintendo. And I don't care if anyone does or doesn't use the fucking service. For people that do use the service, now they can't get fucking free points for logging into Miiverse. And I don't know what they're going to do. They're probably not going to do anything about it. They're just going to have it removed and just not had anything in its place, so it's like, fuck you, basically. And they say that they don't have any plans to have any similar service for the Switch. Wow. What a fucking retarded move. I don't even know why there's not that much talk about it, because I feel that there's not much talk about it. I'm fucking shocked, in fact, that there's not talk about it. And yet, fucking Nintendo causes all these games to basically be tainted, in some cases tainted to the point where it's fucking not even worth playing if you can't, or not worth 100%ing if you can't 100% them, and they're not gonna fucking do anything about it. They're not gonna make the developers do anything about it. Nope, just nothing. What the fuck, Nintendo? Seriously, what the fuck? They pissed me off with this one. They really dropped the motherfucking ball on this shit. Like, I fucking like Nintendo a lot, man, but fuck me. Making games not possible to 100% anymore? Are you fucking joking, Nintendo? Oh my god. I'm fucking done. That's my rant.
You can't 100% a game anymore?
2 games. Xenoblade Chronicles and Mario vs. Donkey Kong Tipping Stars. And they also get rid of... Oh, and they get rid of the mode for a game that they added in after launch. And it was online only. And they get rid of Wii U chat for no fucking reason. So there's that.
Alright. So, before we log off for the night, Brant, what's up? You anything you wanna rant about?
Or add on to what I was talking about?
All I want to say is I'm waiting for this thing's power supplies to arrive, and it's a fucking bitch to find one that works.
Well, what do you guys think about what I said?
Obviously bullshit, what else?
Uh-huh. The bullshit man came along and said, this is bullshit, it must die, and then it died. And now we're all sad.
Yeah, and apparently the bullshit man is the fucking new president of Nintendo.
Mr. Bullshit or I don't know.
That's why we should buy Nintendo. with all our money.
Who misses this company?
So, are we about done? Because I think I have one more thing that you reminded me. I just wanted to recite a scene from a Recess episode that Brandon and Mario reminded me of because of goddamn.
Okay, go on.
You have 7 minutes. You have 7 minutes to do it.
Sonic!
It's a very quick scene. So basically, the premise of the episode is that Gretchen, the nerdy kid, is being selected to be moved to an elite school, but then the whole gang doesn't want her to leave, so they try, and then she realizes she doesn't want to leave either, but then she finds she can't say questions wrong because she's been conditioned not to, so the gang, like TJ and everybody, have to try and teach her how to say answers wrong. And then it all accumulates to where professors from this elite school come in to test her knowledge. She comes in dressed like a friggin' beatnik. And, then they start quizzing her, and this is what they say. I'm going to recite it as I watch the episode. Hang on.
Fuck.
Sorry. I'm trying to get the scene.
You have 6 minutes.
Okay, what is the Pythagorean theorem? A
Bullshit.
racehorse.
Wow.
A resource?
What is the Pythagorean theorem? A racehorse?
Oh.
What the hell?
Who is the father of modern medicine? Dr. Seuss?
Dr. Seuss!
When was the third ice age? Right after the first and second?
Holy shit.
Sega CD.
Right after the first and second.
Who was the first person to reach the North Pole? Santa Claus?
Oh my god.
Who is the 14th president of the United States? Who? Who was it again? Who is the 14th president of the United States? Quiet. She says Dennis and some other last name. I forget who. Let me turn up the volume.
Dennis Albert.
Fat Albert.
Dennis Runt something. I don't know what that is. But then here's the best part. So the principal's all pissed off at this point. He's scared because he wants her to leave. And here's what he asks. Here's the last question. What's 2 plus 2? 30?
What?
30.
Everyone knows it's 22.
Oh my, exactly, Van Daly, that's exactly
What
it.
the fuck?
It would have been more
30?
clever if she did say 22.
30.
Oh, before we go,
Sometimes Recess is amazing. Oh my god, I think I need to watch it again.
yeah, before we go, I made a joke at work earlier this week, for Christmas and stuff. I know where the NSA got their spy equipment now. They got it from Santa Claus. Because he knows when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows everything.
He is Big Brother.
See?
He's
Luigi.
He's Big Brother, big as in fat.
Oh yeah, brother!
Okay, so to wrap all this up in a nice little bow, remember folks, going to stick to movies is an experience that you never forget apparently. Christmas early sucks. Nintendo apparently sucks.
AKA fuck you, Nintendo.
Happy birthday, Brandon. And Bullies still fucking suck.
Yeah! Amen.
What the hell, Brandon? What'd you yell?
I yelled, yeah.
Oh my god, that was
And
fucking
so, wrapping this up, see you next week, probably a Wednesday, if I'm on, because we next Wednesday, otherwise we're doing it solo, because I work next Saturday, so see you in a few days for Wednesday episode, and stay tuned, because we're going to be near our season finale soon, and enjoy the randomness. Happy holidays, apparently. See ya.
Bye-bye.
I'll fuck you with an AV cord.